What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the KellyCast. I'm Dan Kelly, joined as always by my right-hand man, the guy who hates the sound. I hate the sound too, but we're trying to get things working for you guys. It's a struggle.
It's defeating. It's defeating is what it is, but I'm determined regardless. So.
You know, you mentioned that word. Defeating is exactly what you did to every other competitor in the KellyCast predictions last week.
That is me, and none of you can touch me. So this is mine for the season. So
well, we already knew that. We already knew that you're gonna be the season.
Thank you everybody for participating. I might flunk out on this week on purpose just to let somebody think they got a shot next year.
He's talking to you, Aaron. He's talking to you.
I am disappointed that he is not here right now because I was looking forward to.
He might be here for the other videos. We'll see exactly what he decides to do. We want you here, Aaron. We do. And I'm going to leave this in the video unless you show up. Then I'm going to have to erase this part. So we'll see. But the records for last week, week 16 of the 2023 NFL season, are as follows. Mr. Mike Kelly finished with a record of 13-3.
I think that's like the third time this season I've
you've done a really good job.
So.
You've done a really good job. I remember there was a couple weeks where you had 2 losses, and I was over here just mesmerized. I will say, Mike, every time that I just want to win, you ruin it, because I came in second this week with a record of 12-4.
So close.
So close. It was a good week for most of us. But let's get right into this week. But before that, Mike, how about we tell the people to please leave a like, share, and subscribe, as we are excited to bring you more content as the playoffs begin. Me and Mike have a lot of ideas for the videos. We're, of course, going to bring you the predictions, so stay tuned for that. But today, Mike, we're talking AFC South. There are 2 seeds in the AFC that are up for grabs in the final week of the 2023 season, that being the 4 seed and that being the 6 and 7, sort of, because it can kind of go in a multitude of ways. But the 4 seed is going to be the leader of the AFC South, who right now is the Jacksonville Jaguars with a record of 9-7. The problem with that, Mike, the Texans and the Colts are also 9-7. Trevor Lawrence, who has been injured as of late, missed, I believe, the last 2 games, is considered day-to-day. I think he's going to play on Sunday. If the Jacksonville Jaguars happen to lose, this game between the Texans and the Colts will be for the AFC South title.
Which is crazy. Everybody's 9-7.
Yeah. I mean, good for both teams. I think we didn't expect it from either one of them. Both new head coaches are candidates for the head coach of the year. But Jacksonville, man, they really need to put their big boy pants on if they want to take that. I believe the Colts might be a little bit. Where are they? They're the 7 seed right now. The Texans, meanwhile, are out. So the Texans need to win if they want to get in. And this also pertains to our Buffalo Bills, Mike. If this game happens to end in a tie.
I was going to say, we need them to tie, right? We need this team to tie.
If it happens to end in a tie, the Buffalo Bills are guaranteed to make it.
Has there been any ties this year? I'm curious.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's pretty odd. They're last couple of years.
It happens. It happens sometimes. I don't think there's been one this year.
I don't think there's been one either. But either way.
I know there was one last year. I don't know how that helps us, but it doesn't.
No, it doesn't help us at all. It was just one of my oddball questions, as usual.
Yeah, let's get right into Texans Colts here. Last week, the Houston Texans went up against the Tennessee Titans. They said, you have the worst offensive line in football. You have a rookie quarterback that has done pretty well for himself. Let's injure him. And Will Levis got hurt. Ryan Tannehill ended up finishing the game 16 of 20 for 168 yards. But it didn't matter because the Texans whooped that ass 26-3.
And yeah, he's been impressive all year. all year.
It sucks, though, because, I mean, the Titans were playing for pride at this point, and we knew that going in. And when you're playing for pride and you lose by 23, it has to feel as defeating as trying to set up another microphone on the KellyCast.
Yeah, especially when you got to put the guy in that you benched.
Exactly, right?
It's definitely.
C.J. Stroud last week, 24 of 32, 213, and a score, very safe with the football as he has been. I like the Texans, Mike. I really do. But you cannot count out the Indianapolis Colts. Even though their numbers tell you they're mid, right? They're a mediocre team.
They've been pulling some crazy ones out this year. They ones that no one expected to pull out, I believe. So.
And who expected it, right? Who expected the Colts to be anything once Anthony Richardson went out? I know once Anthony Richardson went out, when I saw it, I was like, okay, write him off. See you later.
It's almost like a mediocre San Francisco situation. Doesn't matter what quarterback you put in the situation.
That's a good point. Shane Steichen has worked out. I will say the Colts were on the ropes last week because remember in week 14, what was that? 15. Week 15, the Colts lost to the Falcons. And that was a big one because if they would have won, they could have kind of locked up their playoff seeding, and they lost that game. So last week they needed a win, and that is exactly what they did. They hosted the Las Vegas Raiders and ended up squeaking one out by 3 points. So that has put them into the position where they are right now.
Have the Raiders been knocked out yet? Because they seem like they've been poised for next year to
maybe
do something halfway decent.
The first thing you have to look at with the Raiders is that going to be Antonio Pierce's job moving forward? He is the interim head coach. Thank you. I forgot the word. Look at you. Look at you on the ball. KellyCast. Season prediction champion, the week champion of everything besides Madden.
Some things never change.
Some things do. Today, you got a Dallas Cowboys jersey on. How confident are you in the Dallas Cowboys going into the 2023 playoffs?
I think they'll get past the first round.
Okay.
And then
and then whatever happens.
And then I think the Cowboys might cowboy. I don't know. It depends on if they can get their run game going, honestly.
There's a lot of matchups out there in the NFC that I'm interested in. I decided to pull out the Rams today.
Kurt, I remember this jersey.
Who have locked up their spot in the playoffs. Who have said, Matt Stafford, you're not playing this week. Aaron Donald, sit on the bench. Cooper Kupp, enjoy a week off. And Kyron Williams, we know you missed a large chunk of the season due to that injury, so rest up. We want you for next week. Good for them. There's a lot of players, Mike, that will not be playing in week 17 of the 2023 NFL season. But we'll get more on that as these videos continue to come out for you guys. Let's get right into where you want to go, Mike. I'm going to let you kick us off. Texans and Colts, this game in Indianapolis. Of course, division rivals. The last team to get the victory was the Indianapolis Colts this year.
This one's actually a tough game.
Yeah.
And definitely two teams that you thought were going to be bottom feeders. Was CJ's going to play?
CJ will play. He played last week. He's going to play this week. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I gotta trust a little bit more in CJ.
Really?
I'm gonna go CJ. Yeah, I'm gonna go Houston Texans. It sounds like
week 17.
Yeah, way team. I haven't been wrong very often this season.
Shut up. All right, shut up.
I may be wrong on this one, but I'm taking the Texans, man. I think they're gonna go and get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay. I really wanted to talk you into the Colts. I really did, because if you've been following the KellyCast for a long time, I run the page. Mike is here as well, and he helps out as much as he can, as well as being on the show. But he knows that I like the Texans this year. You know it. I've talked them up.
Loves the Texans.
I've talked them up all year.
Oh yeah, you talked me right into being on.
I wish I didn't, but I'm also going to select the Houston Texans in this matchup. Please Check out the graphic here for the rest of the KellyCast crew predictions. Good luck, everybody. I hope you lose, especially you, Sam.
I'm gonna pull a Kevin this week and try to lose every game. See if it's possible.
That's a bad idea. I mean, you're starting off with the Texans, so it's kind of hard. Your wife is joining the picks this week, by the way, so you have something to play for.
Amateur.
Hey, Sam didn't do too bad last week, so we're gonna have to see. We love all the support.
She picked the one with the stars and the one with the...
We're past that. Okay. We love all the support, all the love you guys have been giving us. Please continue it. Leave a like on the video. It really does help. Share it with all your friends. As these playoffs get started, me and Mike are excited to make more videos that matter because these games are going to be supremely important as elimination is at the front door for a lot of these teams. A lot of these hopefuls, Mike, are just going to get knocked out.
Including a possibility of our own Buffalo Bills.
We're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. But
guys, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more coming out on the channel. That's Mike. He's your champion. I'm the runner-up. Nobody cares about second place. We'll see you in the next one.